Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to online classes of Iqra Ufaz by secondary schools and colleges, a project of Iqra education system. My dear students, in the last video lecture we discussed the textual exercises of chapter number 3, professions. Today in this video lecture we will continue with the exercise G, which is the last exercise of this chapter, and there are some idioms given in exercise G. Let's go through this exercise and the idioms one by one. But before we start this, I would like to tell you that you have to do this exercise in your register, as you have done your previous exercises in your register in cross section. Starting with idiom number 1, to beg out of something. It means to withdraw from an agreement. Example in the book is given. Once you have made an agreement, you should not try to beg out of it. In simple words, once you have made an agreement, you should not withdraw from that agreement. Let's go through some additional examples. Example number 1. After you have signed the contract, it will be impossible to back out. Example number 2. The government is trying to back out of its commitment to reduce pollution. Example number 3. He lost confidence and begged out of the deal at the last minute. Let's go through the exercise in the book. In this exercise, you have to rewrite using the above idiom in place of the phrase in italics. The sentence is given, you gave your word that you would help. Don't change your mind now. You have to replace or substitute these supportive words with the actual idiom. So the sentence would become, you gave your word that you would help. Don't back out of it now. Let's go through some more sentences in additional exercise. Sentence number 1. He was so nervous that he decided to withdraw from performing on the stage. So the words in italics in red color have to be replaced or substituted by the actual idiom. You have to write all these sentences and examples given in this video and in the book in your register as an exercise. So first you will write this sentence. He was so nervous that he decided to withdraw from performing on the stage, and below this you will write the actual idiom in this sentence. He was so nervous that he decided to back out of performing on the stage. Withdraw from will be substituted with back out of. Sentence number 2 in this exercise. Are you trying to withdraw from your promise? So the sentence would become, are you trying to back out of your promise? Sentence number 3. We had a plan to go for outing, but they withdrew from it. You have to use the actual idiom instead of withdrew from, which is in past simple, so you will use this idiom in past simple. So the sentence would become, we had a plan to go for outing, but they begged out of it. Now let's go through idiom number 2. To beat about the bush. It means to go around the topic in order to avoid the point. Example in the book is given. If you have got bad news, don't beat about the bush. Come straight to the point. It means, in simple words, if you have got bad news, don't go around the topic to avoid the point. Instead, come straight to the point. Let's go through some additional examples. Example number 1. Will you please stop beating about the bush and get to the point? Example number 2. Let's talk about the point instead of beating about the bush. Example number 3. When I asked him what he wanted, he started beating about the bush. Let's go through the sentence and exercise in the book on page number 11. Say exactly what you mean and stop talking about irrelevant points. You have to substitute the words in italics with the actual idiom, and the words in italics are stop talking about irrelevant points. So the sentence would become, say exactly what you mean and stop beating about the bush. Let's go through some additional sentences in the exercise. Sentence number 1. Don't go around the topic and tell me what you think of my proposition. So the sentence would become, don't beat about the bush and tell me what you think of my proposition. You can see go around the topic is in red in italics. You have to substitute these words with the actual idiom beat about the bush. Sentence number 2. Quit avoiding the actual points and tell me why you have called me. So you can say, quit beating about the bush and tell me why you have called me. Sentence number 3. He keeps going around the irrelevant topics. You have to substitute these words in italics and red, going around the irrelevant topics, and use the actual idiom instead of it. So the sentence would become, he keeps beating about the bush. Let's go through idiom number 3. To have a bone to pick with someone, and it means to have a grievance about something with someone. Example is given in the book. He has a bone to pick with you. In simple words, he has a grievance about something with you. Let's go through some additional examples. Example number 1. I had to have a bone to pick with him, but I forgave him. Example number 2. I have a bone to pick with you about the book you borrowed. Example number 3. I think you simply have a bone to pick with me for nothing. Let's go through the sentence in exercise in the book. I have a small dispute to settle with you. You have to substitute the italic words with the actual idiom. So the sentence would become, I have a bone to pick with you. Let's go through the additional exercise. Sentence number 1 is, people have grievances with the government. You have to substitute these words in red in italics with the actual idiom. The sentence would become, people have a bone to pick with the government. Sentence number 2. It is useless to have grievance with your loved ones. Have grievance with should be substituted with the actual idiom. So the sentence would become, it is useless to have a bone to pick with your loved ones. Number 3. I have come to clear your doubt if you have any grievance with me. So the sentence would become, I have come to clear your doubt if you have a bone to pick with me. Let's go through idiom number 4. To break the ice. It means to overcome shyness and put people at ease with one another. It has one more meaning, that is to start talking or to break the silence. The example in the book is given, both persons kept quiet. each waiting for the other to break the ice. Let's go through some additional examples. Example number 1. Laughter is contagious and often breaks the ice in a sad situation. Example number 2. I told a joke just to break the ice. Example number 3. In order to start the conversation, I broke the ice and asked him his name. Let's go through the sentence in exercise given in the book on page number 11. Each felt shy to talk till one of them offered tea to the other and thus began talking. The words in italics should be substituted with the actual idiom. And the words in italics are thus began talking. So the sentence would become each felt shy to talk till one of them offered tea to the other and broke the ice. Let's go through some more sentences in addition exercise. Sentence number 1. The teacher eased the situation for the students and asked them questions. Eased the situation should be replaced or substituted with the actual idiom, break the ice. This sentence, the teacher eased the situation for the students and asked them questions, is in past simple, so the idiom used should be in past simple. The teacher broke the ice for the students and asked them questions. Sentence number 2. Everyone was surfing the mobile, so I had to start the conversation. So you can say everyone was surfing the mobile, so I had to break the ice. Sentence number 3. I will introduce myself to put everyone at ease. So the sentence would become I will introduce myself to break the ice. My dear students, you people have to write all the examples and all the sentences and exercise given in the book and in the additional examples and exercise in this video lecture in your register in pro section in chapter number 3, professions. I hope you have been doing your assignments on time. This will benefit you on the go, because when you come back to school, hopefully from the coming month, you will have all the work done in your registers and you won't have to go through that work again. We will start from the chapter ahead of the chapters we have already covered in these video lectures. See you in the next video lecture, inshallah. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.